here for another stream. Today, I got something to show you. Garage looks the same, doesn't it? Well, fully upgraded garage flag. Get this out of my way, please. Paint booth with all the terrible lighting you've ever asked for. And the dyno room. As well as our third lift and our third garage space and our upper loft. With a TV, a radio. These are all the same magazines from the office that we already checked out. We also have the interior detailing toolkit and not this. A battery charger. What the heck? Oh, and the welder. So let's get the RX-7 back here because I promised that we would finish it. Unfortunately, I still don't have a So we're gonna move this thing over to. Well, first let's do the obvious stuff. Let's get the welder over there and the interior detailing kit. This does cost us to do this stuff. Which is weird because we shouldn't have to pay for this because all we're doing is welding it. We're not paying someone to weld it. The original color was apparently baby blue. All fresh. Let's take it to the paint booth. Now, colors are going to be hard to tell in here. We're going to put a vinyl on it, though, first. Let's just... Yeah, we'll just spray it to current first. We have this, and nothing. We'll go with this one. And then the paint, which unfortunately you cannot pick from a paint. So, I don't even know. We just have to go through everything until we find something we like. You know, I'm digging the green. British Racing green? Yeah. I don't know how this is going to look because we're going to have to move it. We're going to take it out. We got a trophy. We'll take it over to the dyno. See what it makes. See, I don't even think we need to do this, do we? Factory engine power. See, that doesn't help us. Now, every car that does start, we'll bring it in the dyno before we start rebuilding it. 350 because we can't do much to this car, but I know with the V8s we can get a lot of power. Especially when we put a supercharged V8 in it. So we're in this episode we're actually gonna build a new engine for our car. So let's put this in the parking lot. That's a completed car, our very first one. Shut these doors so you know I'm going to run into them. I'll find some way to be a Muppet and run into them. We are going to build... You know what? Screw these cars. Let's head to the junkyard. Let's find something new. I'm pretty excited because the last time was just like a test, see what people would think, and it was relatively positive for my channel, so Smith did. I may need to refresh this because we're only getting one vehicle, I think. No, I see. I see. I don't think. I mean, there's a lot of engine swaps we can do with that. You can't put it in a Jeep, so we're not going to touch that. I mean, I suppose it might be to rebuild the Jeep at some point. I don't think I really want to mess with that because there's a whole lot of bits. You know what? We might do it for a later stream, so I'll buy it for now. $5,000. Nah. You know what? No, we're not. Should we get the Atlanta? Nah, I already had an Atlanta. I do have an Atlanta. It's fully cut. Wasting $500. We're doing 3 cars in there. 4 cars. No, we're all shit. I want something different. Basically, we're satisfied with. We're actually just gonna do it. We're doing a swap. Alright. Okay, game. Car Mechanic Simulator gods, please be nice. Yes, this does take quite a bit of time, I have noticed. It's quite annoying, if I might add. Katsumoto, probably. No, Kirin. Kiran. I don't know. Nothing down there, so I'm not even gonna go back there. Bolt Roulette. It's a 789 Camaro. We could buy this. I think we might. Let's see what else we got. If we don't find anything, we're gonna Bolt Cake Supercharged. It's a pre-supercharged engine. Although it's a 2-car, but it's not a V. Well, we need to have the regular V8 supercharged available to swap. So that's what I'm going to build today. We're going to build a brand new engine from scratch. So we're not going to be able to use any of these vehicles. There's nothing in this junkyard that could be suitable. It seems to take less time to get back to the garage. Like a semi-modern car that I could swap in a V8 supercharged. You guys will know which engine I'm talking about. It gets the most power out of the engines we have available to us. There are more powerful engines in the game, but not the ones that we get. Bug on my wall. go to the auction house. Or a barn. Barns are even more of a risk. Friggin' bloody Jeep. Speaking of bloody, oh, it looks like blood. Somebody died in that Jeep. I mean, it is a military wheelie, so good chance somebody may have died in there. Nothing here. One more try, and then we're gonna go to the auction house. Even though it says junkyard rebuild, I'm going to change the title anyway. When this becomes a video. It's always a mystery because you never know what you're going to get out of the junkyard. We found a Mars RX-7 in our first build, so I wasn't expecting even to find one of those. But then again, I don't know what spawns in the junkyard and what spawns in the auction house and whatnot. I mean, there is, like, you're not going to find a Royale GTR, for example, chilling in the junkyard. Not without mods, you won't. These only are like older cars. I'm trying to find something that might be able to take the modern V8. If we can't, well, we'll try a barn. I have a lot of barns. Another cape. Yeah, the cape cannot get the motor we want. Well, I'd love to put a Windsor in it. We can't do that because we don't have the Ford DLC available to us. I don't even know why they just tease us with that, because you can't use it. It's looking like a terrible barn. I mean, a terrible junkyard. But look what we got here. V8 OHV Supercharged, but that's not what we want. That's not the vehicle. That's not the type we want here. Okay, so the junkyard is not going to work. We could do the bolt cape, but that's not going to give us the most power. Apparently, we can't even put the supercharged motor in it. It has to come with it. Let's go to a barn. See if we can find something that is not too bad. Well, I really don't want to go to a barn because the vehicles are going to be in too nice a shape. I mean, the vehicle is not going to start, but it's going to be in decent enough shape to where we don't really have to rebuild it, so to say. Never go to the car salon, though. That's a waste. That's a waste of money. Go to the auction house and see what we got. Yeah, another $200 that I really didn't want to spend, but I mean, you do what you do, you get what you want. There's a Jeep in here. What else we got? A Katsumoto is in perfect shape, so I would not even buy that. There's a Grand Club, which we can put, I think we can put that engine into. You know what, we're going to go for the Grand Club. It depends on the condition of it, though. Me doing this video. If I find anything that's kind of junky, we will get it. Even if it's not for the video. Bro, that's way too nice a shape. You know, a Bolt Reptilia R2 would be perfect. That's too nice. Honestly, this is really the only way to get some of these vehicles. You're not going to find anything that's newer than, like, 8 to spawn in the junkyard. You know what? This FMW is not in good shape, which it is, so we're not buying this. So the Grand Club is our last choice. If it doesn't look good, we are not getting it. If it looks good, we are not getting it. That's the Jeep. That's the real... I think that's what the Grand Club is actually supposed to be. The Grand Club is actually, I think, supposed to be a Toyota, I think. Atlanta Trespasser, no thanks. Not what we're looking for. Come on, Grand Club, it's too nice. What about Bianco? So I know you can put a crazy motor in the Bianco. Not a V8, but we can make some power out of it. Too nice. You know what? We're gonna try. I'm not gonna go higher than like 18. $19. I'm not gonna go higher than you guys can have it. See what it sells for. You know what? I was about to say I'm going to throw my hat back in the ring, but that's not going to happen. 21,000 for that hunk of junk. Try the auction house one more time. Now we're going to we're going to go to the junkyard and we're just going to find something random. I don't care what it is. If it's something we can put a crazy supercharged V8 in, we're going to buy it. Even if it's a 2-carb. What are we gonna have here? Please be nice to us. That doesn't have very good engine spots, I don't think. Let that go. You know, a lot of vehicles in the game actually don't have any engine swaps. I think this is one of them. Same with that. Oh, bad. It's worth 33,000, so we get it for less than that when we're in good shape. I'm not gonna go any higher than 30 than 32. I will put that into the parking lot. Kiran. No. There's a Bolt Reptilia Supercharged R2 though. I have to look at the engine if I can get a good angle. Because I know you're not allowed to move the camera. Let's see if we can look up on that screen. It's the engine we want. V8 dual cam supercharged. We're gonna go for it. I'll pay whatever it takes. We're just gonna rebuild this engine and then we'll put performance parts in as we go. That's going straight to the garage. I didn't even realize how much we got that for. I think it was like 29,000. No. Let's go. FMW, we might go for it though. No. I'd rather be in worse state. That's the thing about that bolt, the Reptilia, because it's not in good shape, so it's perfect for us. Let's see about the Sakura Moon though. Cause I know you can potentially make some power out of that. I know for a fact that once we get this Corvette all nice and powerful, it's not gonna handle very well. That's kind of the nature of the beast. $49,000 value. I'm not gonna go higher than 35. Almost 50K for this car that the value is. I'm not going higher than 35. You can have it. Not interested anymore. What the fuck's up with these fucking sex bots? There it is. Alright, let's just put it on lifter A. We're going to start by... Well, let's just see what we got here. It's a complete car, so that's a good thing. It is an onboard diagnostic port. I'm actually kind of surprised. It might be because of the motor that we have. That has a modern motor in it. It's not good. Prognosis is not good, Doctor. I think she's dying. Thing is, though, because of the condition, this stuff might be repairable. Tires are going to need to be replaced anyway, so what kind of power we're going to make out of this car, we're going to need to really put some nice tires on here, nice fat tires. I don't think this is going to start. I really don't think this thing's going to start. Definitely not. What's the actual engine drums look like? That's not good. Well, got one way to start. Start plucking everything out of here. Put the battery on charge. It only takes a few moments, which is unrealistic because battery charges take like 40 minutes or an hour. And you're not better with a super dead, but it's not realistic at all, let's be honest. Let's pluck everything from the car. I'm actually kind of surprised we found something like this at the auction house. It's in this bad a condition. We're going to try to repair or replace everything. 100% car. We don't have to build the engine. That's the best part. It's already here. We just have to fix it. Speaking of which, speaking of fixing, let's grab our detailing kit. Keep forgetting about this stuff because it's so weird that we have it. And we'll also need our engine crane, so we might as well grab that now. We'll need our drain. We'll need our old drain, but clean already. I wonder if now If not, we're gonna get missions that are gonna require us to fix the body of cars, like repaint it. Wish there was like a Dodge Charger lookalike, you know? Yeah, let's get this thing up in the air so we can take everything off the underside. I mean, I kind of want to get the engine out as soon as possible, but you know, let's do that. Take out anything that's necessary to take the engine out. Then we'll disassemble the actual running gear. That means, yeah, also the exhaust gotta come, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it does. Let's just throw that on the engine stand for now. At least it's all there. Bucket servo. We should be able to repair most of this stuff. That's gonna be the best part. We should be able to repair mostly everything. Except the stuff's it's obviously not repairable, but. Bastard. It's 90 degrees here, so of course the bugs are everywhere, and they want to come in. Not much you can do about that when you don't have fixed air conditioning. Hashtag struggling YouTuber problems. Struggling human problems, actually, you might want to say. This car's not in terrible shape either. That's the craziest part. Some parts in here actually are not terrible. Using our extremely long arms, we can grab that stuff in the back. I'm pretty sure most of the stuff we can repair. The good thing about buying an auction house car instead of a junkyard car is that the parts should be repairable. Missile tie rod. So we can yank that from here. Yoink. Talk to the back. You know what? Yoink. leaf sprung. Find that kind of weird. I guess you still would use leaf springs back in the 90s. I don't know what the worst condition part we yanked off this thing was. Probably that very U-bolt was 29%. I don't know about wheels. I think we might stick with what's already on there. So they do fit the car. So I mean that's kind of what I'm looking for here. A little bit of sense of correctness. That was my Google. I wanted to make sure that I didn't trip them by mistake. And we're going to repair everything at once, so we're going to tear the engine down first, before we go repair anything. Not going to be able to yank the supercharger yet. Let's work on the sides here, so we can get deeper in. I've never worked on this kind of engine. I've worked on my fair share of turbo engines already, but this is more of an in-game engine. So you don't find too many vehicles that have this in it. Now, there are a handful of parts that are unique to the Supercharged version, as opposed to the standard V8 that we've worked on in the past. Before we buy parts, we're going to clear out our inventory, I think. Of course, first, belt tensioner. It's always rule number one with tearing apart a V8, take off the belt tensioner. Then this roller, and we can start yanking belts. See, instead of having a serpentine belt B, Supercharged V8s have a supercharged serpentine belt, as opposed to the B. Intake manifold, which is quite cut in, because the supercharger sits right on top of the intake. Take all these rollers. Grab the oil filter on there and the oil pan. Now we have one of these fully repaired, but I'm probably going to try to repair this one first, obviously. Flip it over. Take the pistons out. Since this car didn't start, well, we couldn't take a baseline dyno. There's one way to know what the car would have had, though. 584 horsepower, 534 pound-feet of torque. That's what it would have had if the engine was in 100% condition. But this was obviously not. We'll probably make almost 1,000. Because we have a lot of parts we can put on here. I'm pretty sure there's even a supercharger. Of course, we have a full V8 exhaust system, so we can obviously have the exhaust. Now, let's try to repair stuff. Alright, random, quick clicking starts now. I think we're having pretty good luck. I had to say something, didn't I? Fix the engine block. I'm not even looking anymore because I don't even want to know what's repaired. Okay, we're done. Okay, we repaired a lot of stuff. And I'm happy to say that this is one of them. We have the V8 crankshaft. We have two of them. But we want this one. Also grab two cams. No free space. So, go in our inventory, get rid of the junk. Alright, and you guys know how we do this. 49% or below. Goodbye. Grab those. Let's grab everything we can get. Engine heads. B6A. This is actually for a Porsche that we don't get. The V10 ones, I believe these are for... Yeah, probably the, yeah. Probably the Bentley. I don't even know. There's no V10 that we have access to. V6C we don't have access to. There's a lot of engines we don't have access to. W12 we don't have access to that. Yeah, 964 RS, Carrera GT. Porsches, we don't have access to those. I'm surprised they would make custom exhaust for the Porsches. I didn't even know there was a Porsche DLC. Because no one said anything about it, really. Fuel filter, fuel pump. I'm not sure if it's MPI or DI. So we'll get there. 4 coils. Or no, 8 coils, excuse me. No wires. See, look. Special Porsche parts. 8 pistons. You can buy 10, but we can't buy 12. Even though there are 12-cylinder engines. Power steering pump. V8, right here. 8 spark plugs. There's no custom supercharger, only for this OHV V8K. Which, if I had to guess, looks like a Hellcat. Another car we don't have. We do not have any of these bits that I was thinking we had. So, that's kind of sad. We're actually missing out on parts. But I think this does make the most power regardless. I didn't get a crank. Wait, my eyes deceiving me? We don't have crankshafts. So we'll just put we'll put this one in here. Performance pistons. Now, oh, I better buy new rings. Now, there are no custom piston rings. So we'll head over to the main shop and buy 8 sets of rings. Technically 16 rings, because there's 2 rings to a piston, the oil ring and the compression ring. Rod caps, I think we got most of them. It's good to know. We will put this on the dyno after we're done, obviously. Actually, as a matter of fact, we're going to do it even before we paint it. So I'm just so excited to actually see what kind of power this thing makes. We're out of bearing caps. Okay. Make sure that, yeah, they're all fixed. I think, yeah, we have just enough. So we fix them all. Strangely enough, there are actually parts that you should be able to get performance versions for that are even available in real life, and you can't get them in the game. No oil pan. For this, a good old V8. Bottom end is complete. Assemble our clutch pack before we do anything else. First, let's put it right side up. Super shiny. We do not have a release bearings. They obviously don't make those for fast cars. It's just a normal piece. Like they don't make a performance version. That's the term I was looking for. Brand new heads. With valves pre-installed. We needed 4 cams because this is a quad cam, I guess you could say. Dual overhead cam. Quad cam, what the hell am I saying? And I'm supposed to know what I'm talking about here. Don't listen to me. Great. Spark plugs. Performance versions. And of course we got our red fuel filter. Looks really nice. We did not grab performance alternator. I only make one. We have performance air filter, so I'm not going to worry about that. We have like 2 of them in our inventory. We don't own any can gears. Not going to find that there. Four of those. And we'll switch back to V8. Well, I put the wrong camshaft in. That's the standard camshaft. It's not what we're looking for. It would make the car run, but it's not going to make it go fast. Now, sadly, we could not get a supercharger or a supercharger intake manifold, which actually we did not repair either one, I don't think. Our performance power steering pump. Timing belts. I doubt we have any. Negative. Two of those. Now, while we were there, we should have grabbed the supercharger intake and an oil filter. And we're probably going to need a supercharger as well, but we'll get there when we get there. We don't have a diamond cover either. Crankshaft pulley, we do not have one. Now you'll notice there is no specific water pump pulley for this car. That's because only the V8 OHV has a specific supercharger water pump pulley. Speaking of water pumps, we have one. And speaking of pulleys, we do not. Now when we go to pulley here, you'll see. This is specifically for a V8 OHV. There's none for a regular V8. Because you usually use a regular water pump pulley, everything else uses. Alright, we're gonna need a bazillion rollers. I'm gonna get 3 of these, and I think 7 of these. Probably way off. I don't have this known. I don't have this down. I know these are not repairable, so. You know what? I wasn't that far off with that. Needed only 5. How about our supercharger? Did we repair it? We did! Now we need DI fuel rails. I was not sure about that. Wasn't sure if it was DI or MPI. That's direct injection or multi-port injection for all you non-car people out there. It's the way the fuel injection works. Directly inject if the fuel is directly injected, or if it's directed through multiple ports. Wrong fuel injector. This is directly injected into the combustion chamber. Hold on a second. Things keep happening. Okay. Engine head cover. I don't think there's any of those in here. No. Wow, V10 has a specific clutch. Check out that honker. Wow. That's a massive clutch. We got our red coils. Spiffy. They actually match, so I love that. No throttle. Now, I don't know if we have performance throttle. I'm gonna look. This just uses a standard V8 throttle, just in a different location. Normally, it's right here. Thankfully, we repaired both head covers. Coils cover, which looks kind of ugly when you think about it, because I wish it was like shiny. We only had one. Now we'll see if there's custom parts for this car down here in the body tuning shop. Which doesn't make a lot of sense. One of those, and we'll see what we'll put this engine back in after we finish this. Supercharger serpentine belt. V8 one, and there's also one for a V8 OHV, which is quite what you'd expect to be. A very long, oval belt. That looks like Bristol. Speaking of Bristol, you guys like the race? Oh my god, that was fun. Gonna need that. Serpentine belt. Is it A? I think it's A. Yeah, it's A. So I was right before. That Bristol race was fun, although I wish Matt Benedetto would have got the win. But still, it was a pretty good race. I actually enjoyed the whole race weekend. Tensioner, which we don't have. That's everything. That is one brand new supercharged V8. Take this off the engine stand and we'll put it back in the car. It cannot be put in with the car at its highest level, so we'll bring that down. Brand spanking new. Gotta love it. Alright, we're gonna put the driveline back together first. Well, first, let's get a custom gearbox. So it's going to be gearbox V8. Right there. So it doesn't give you any extra power, but it does let you change the gears, as we already looked at. You can put up to 10 gears in a vehicle. starter, I don't think that even exists, but we'll look anyway. No. And we'll put the exhaust in while we're here. We repaired this, thankfully. Front exhaust pipe V8A, which I don't even know if there's even a performance version of that. I don't think so. They're going to have to buy default. Which that hurts. Yeah, that does hurt. There's the B, but there's not the A. So, yeah, we have to buy standard ones, unfortunately, because they don't have it here. This is what we need. Unfortunately, no performance version. Put that up. Just hang those up and hang our head. Now, I know we have performance cats, so we'll get right to that. Two of those. We already had one. Middle muffler, I don't know if I think there's a performance version. Yep. Grab two of those. Let's move it on back. Exhaust pipe, I know for a fact they have that. Two of those. Yeah, I was questioning myself earlier. I'm like, before I started streaming, I'm like, wait, do you ever put exhaust in from the muffler forward? Because you don't. Okay, so rear muffler V8, I'm pretty sure. Yes, I know for a fact that exists. Two of those. So we have a fully redone performance exhaust system. Very nice. Now I need to put the rear axle back in, which we repaired. And we can also put in the drive shaft, which is fully repaired. Alright. We'll start at the front. What did we fix? You know, let's finish up the engine bay. I don't want to leave that undone. We also have performance air filter to put in. Air filter base, repaired. Performance air filter, bang. Air filter cover, repaired. It's got a better view, so we're looking up like we're a goddamn we're a goddamn giant. Okay, we repaired all but one clip. I'm surprised. No performance clips, obviously. One clip A. Alright, radiator, we actually have two of those. Radiator fan housing, we don't have that. I know for a fact there's no performance radiators. Are there? Nope. Worth a look. Because, I mean, it is a thing in reality, so. Alright, great. You have to bear with me, though, because I cannot see my... Do we need regular or B? Regular. So we just need regular fan housing fan. We actually have one with quality, so okay. We repaired it, so we have our battery fully charged. Never carry a battery in your pocket, kids. No brake servo. Bomb. I don't know why I said that. Kerplunk, probably. That was a really fun game back in the day. ABS pump is repaired. ABS module is also repaired. Okay, that's... Well, I'll put the oil in here. Well, wait. Uninstall. Alright. Love those red fuel rails. Let's put it back up in the air and let's finish it up. Let's get this undercarriage going. What's repaired and what's not? Front steering knuckle seat, we have one. One axle knuckle cover. We don't have enough to do one side. We have the cross member repaired. I'm actually really surprised about that. Both front wheel hubs. No wheel hub bearings, so we're going to need 4 of those, I would assume. No brakes. Let's see what we have before we think about what we don't have. I have to buy more bushings, even though I just did. No bottom suspension arm, so we know we don't have that. No front sway bar. So we cannot even put on tie rods. Don't have that. Wait, but we may have some rubber bushings. No, of course we don't. Oh, we have rubber bushings. Let's get 10 of each kind. Actually, I have small ones, so I'm gonna not buy those right now. Plop these in, as you do. Something I noticed, basically every vehicle in this game is unibody. Whether or not it's supposed to be, or not. Which makes absolutely no sense to me. Steering rack was repaired. That's relatively good news. Tie rods were not repaired. Just grab 2 of those so we have them. And I don't know about outers, like the tie rod ends themselves, because these are tie rods. I don't know why they say inner and outer, because that's not the correct terminology in my knowledge. So my knowledge is tie rod and then tie rod end. Only we can figure this out. Plop over the other side. Yoink. And we'll see if we can fit this. We cannot. Alright, so we need 2 bottom suspension arms. See, there's bottom and lower suspension arm, and they basically have the same purpose. Alright, these are not repairable, so I'm thinking that's repairable. Let's take it apart and we'll see. Take one apart and we'll see what happens. I don't think any of it can be repaired. No. So, forget it. What do we need? Double wishbone front shock absorber, so we'll just go do one of these. Type in double. Boom. Boom. Go back to front. So we're going to need one of these, so I'll just nab it now. Let's be smarter. Gonna need one of those. Gonna need that. That's all I can think of off the top of my head. Yeah, we have no wheel hub bearings. Probably need 4 of those, I would assume. If we don't, well, we have extra. It's always good to have extra ones of those because they're always broken on every vehicle. No wheel hub cap either. Let's grab 2 for now. We have no brakes either, so. 4 of those. Not sure about calipers. We do. We have caliper cylinders as well. Amazing. We'll have cap. Let's plop that inside. Tires, we'll deal with that all at the end. Sway bar. Boom. Hope that's not copyrighted by Diesel Designs, because I just stolen from him. That's what he says every time you put something in. It's A or B? B. Oh, I'm thinking about it. And while that's going, I'm just gonna keep the stock tires for reference. It's because I might reuse stock wheels. Well, obviously we can't repair them, but then we'll know what we need to get. I'm always gonna make the rear tires fatter. That's one side complete. We're gonna put the stock tires back on it just so we can take it to the dyno. Because it has to be able to roll. I'm a little upset we don't have, I guess, an engine dyno, because that would be really cool if we did. We need to buy 2 more brake calipers. Need another upper suspension arm. Apparently up actually takes you to Supercharger. Gonna need more rubber bushings again. Bloody rubber bushings. Always. Just put stock tires back on the car. I'm pretty sure that they were squared off. Yeah, they're all the same. We'll just do that so we can set it down. We already have that in there. It's a fuel tank repaired? It is not. There actually are different fuel tanks, although I don't know what those go to. This is the only fuel tank I'm aware of. We do a performance fuel pump. Black. It matches the tank perfectly. Let's repair it back here. Looking good, actually. One of those. None of those. Uh-oh. Solid rear drive axle, 2. Brake disc, so... I wasn't sure. And 2 calipers as well. Three while we're at it. Not need a wheel hub bearing. We have to put per cylinder as well, so we'll just nab that. I feel like this is a crime to put these old shitty tires back on here, but I don't care at this point. We'll make them nice, and we'll make them nice later. Don't worry. They even buy 1 U-bolt. The fact this vehicle is leaf sprung, it's gonna handle really terribly, and the fact it's gonna have a bunch of power, it's gonna handle terribly. So yeah, this is a recipe for disaster. I know for a fact these are not repaired. These are not repairable. We're just doing this for the purpose of being able to roll. And the rear in this vehicle is very simple. Just whatever the heck works. You know, the leaf spring. Might as well grab a U-bolt. I'm not sure about plates. I didn't look. Don't have one. We're gonna run the Donner test without body panels because roadkill. I've always wanted to say because roadkill, so we did. Let's run this thing over to the dyno. Should run. Yes, sir. So, 570 odd horsepower. Sway bar front end link B missing. Let's quickly throw that on. If we can. No, we cannot. Throw it over on C. It's right here. That one's on, so it's gotta be the other one. Yep, there it is. Glad the game was nice enough to tell me that was missing. We'd have had some issues. Ugh. Leaf spring plate missing. Oh yeah, that's right. We didn't do the leaf springs on the one side. Ugh. Cause I bought them and I never put them in. Because of the severity of the power, we're going for full slick tires. These are not slicks. These are just called race tires, even though they're more like a Michelin Pilot Cup. Not the greatest tire, but yep, we can do it. Alright, so 584 horsepower. And 534 pound-feet of torque from stock. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go with 800. Fire it up. $1,118 horsepower. And 1,011 pound-feet of torque. I was way off. If you guys were close or incorrect, please give yourselves a pat on the back. This thing's gonna be uncontrollable as shite. All right, tires. Oh, some real thick rear slicks. But we're gonna... Oh, we don't have to worry about fenders because... Alright, let's take this off. Take all 4 of these tires off. Rim Retro 03V. Although I'm gonna probably go for something more aggressive than that. These look right, but... I don't think they're gonna look too good when we're done. Okay. Tire shop. We're gonna want slick tire B. 4 of those. Now I'm gonna see what the standard wheel size is, because we're probably gonna keep that before I buy that. 18. So we'll keep the 18-inch wheel. 4, 18. Actually, we're gonna go for 2. What's the standard front tire width? 285/40 R18. Alright, so what are we mounting this on? Let's go to the wheel shop and let's have a look-see. I'm digging Rim Classico 7. I think I might go for that. Let's have a look, though. You know what, though? Rim Modern 02's talking to me. You know what, though? Rim Retro 11 could be cool. But I have to think about it if these were... You know, we're going to go with the Rim We're gonna go with Rim Classic O2. It's safe. 4 and they're gonna be 18s. So we're gonna leave it as 18. We bought 3 of these. Oh, wait, that's a fully repaired race tire. Huh? Somehow I repaired a tire. I don't know. That's some thick boys. Those are some thick boys. Alright, now how big do we want the rear tires? I'm gonna throw these on the back and I'm gonna see what it looks like. I should drop this thing so I can kind of get a better look at it. I want to see what this standard looks like. Oh wait, it's not balanced. Yeah, be a good idea first. What does this look like? It juts out a tiny little bit, but I think we can do better. So what are these? 245s, right? $245s. Let's try a 265. Welcome to the stream. We're almost done here. Just deciding on wheels. Now we have 1,000 horsepower Corvette back there. You missed the dyno unveiling. Let me get tires. It's thick boys. 18. 265. 40s. Don't know why it's a race tire B. I don't remember buying that. I think I actually did buy that for our last car. I think I was from the Mazda. Yeah, this is from the Mazda. Some big boys. Now these have to be slicks because we're making over 1,000 horsepower and over 1,000 pound-feet of torque. Not on a race tire, boy. Ah, come on! No! We want another big boy tire. Alright, let's put these other tires. Let's put the regular tires on the front. You know, on second thought, I don't think I like the wheels, but they were talking to me, you know? Buy me on stage, buy me. I don't have to listen to you. You're a tire. Wheel. She only bought one. You know, it doesn't look too bad. Probably do it with a 275 though. This, by the way, this is not a junkyard car like the video says it was. We bought this in the auction house because I was having bad luck with finding the car I wanted in the junkyard. So let's go over here to the body tuning shop. Reptilia. R2. Wait, I didn't spell that right. Reptilia. Maybe there is none. Let's type in R2. There are no custom parts, sadly. So we're going to have to put the stock parts on it. Grab everything. What color to make it? That's the new question. Hey, stream person. What color should we make the car? No silly colors. Try to make this somewhat legit. I'm kind of thinking just straight black. And we're going to need license plates, so we're going to do something cool. Two, and custom plates. Actually, you know what? Well, for the sake of completeness, we're going to need to do that. Sick vet. But Pennsylvania plates, there's only one. You know what? As a matter of fact, I'm taking that off. I'll put it on if we ever sell it, but this is not going to be used for the sake of this video. We have no need for it. Because, like I said, Pennsylvania plates only come as a rear plate. You don't need a front plate. It looks kind of weird with it. There we go. Sick vet. It's the best I can think of. I'm not very creative. Alright. Paint shop time. It is. We're right back in assembly mode. Now, as you may already know, the paint shop has terrible lighting, so we're going to be playing this by guessing. Do we have any liveries? Yeah, we do. The Grand Sport livery. You know what? We might just make a Grand Sport. Yeah, we'll make a Grand Sport. So, try to find blue. Try to get that Guardsman blue that they had on the original cars. Yeah, very bright blue. Very bright blue. I'm going to have to mess with this, I guess. Tone it down a little bit because, well, the paint shop lighting is wacko. That is about perfect. Yes, paint it. I mean, Grand Sport's supposed to be red and blue, but we can't repaint that stripe, sadly, so we'll just go with this. Well, she look. Just about what I imagined. Now, 1,100 horsepower may seem like a lot, but it is a lot. Let's take it over to the abandoned airport and see how much that actually is. I am proud of this car. 1,100 horses of madness. Oh, wait. You know what? We never changed the interior. Son of a... beep. Ugh. Back to the shop for us. We're not done yet. Oh, no. I'm not letting this fly. That sounds like mad, but look at that steering wheel, just disgusting. Let's go back to the garage and let's deal with this interior business, shall we? I mean, brand spanking new car, new internals, new driveline, all that fun stuff, but the interior is rotten. That won't fly in my world. Especially since we have the means to fix it. Alright, let's go to the... back up a little bit here. Alright. Interior shop. There's nothing specific for the Reptilia. At least not for this. I'm gonna go for these racing buckets in the same colors, because you need to be held in when you got 1100 horsepower. And for a wheel, kind of like in the Bandit one. This is the proper wheel for the car, but we're not going to use it. I want something more racy. Because 1100 horsepower crazy car. I mean, you need more grip than that. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Why did I buy 4? Okay, now we can go. Not that a test track, you twat. You muppet. This thing will not make it around the test track. When this goes up for a video, as I said earlier, but since someone has showed up, I'll reiterate. The video name will be changed to reflect the fact that it's not, number one, it's not a junkyard car. Number 2, the fact that it's a Reptilia. It's drifty. As I expected, even though we're on slicks, it's still super slippery. Slick tires and we're drifting. That's what 1100 horsepower this game will do. Donuts? Not really. How fast? Transmission limited. We can't have that, can we? We have an 1100 horsepower car. We are not being limited by shitty gearing. Since we have the means to fix it, we shall. Now, come on. We have to have proper fun with this car and see if we can get over 200 miles an hour. Now, this is not as fast as we can make a car. We can go get a little more horsepower if we had a different front exhaust section. As if you watch the video, you will know that we don't have custom front exhaust on this car. Final drive. Let's knock this down. Also, that might help us grip up. What's the lowest it could possibly go? 6,584 48 miles an hour. 10 speed. You know what? Let's actually friggin' do it. 10 speed Corvette, why not? It doesn't even exist in real life. This got to be super long. You know what? That's not even worth it. We can probably do a 7-speed. Nah, we'll do a 6-speed. That makes more sense. Do stock gearing and we'll put a 6 gear in it. And we'll make this a little bit longer because, I mean, it doesn't make a lot of sense to be that short. We'll be smart. We'll set it to about 240. We're probably going to top out, but you're probably not even going to reach the top of that, but it's good to have it as opposed to not. Especially because I don't know what this car's capable of. It's like Forza and Gran Turismo. You got, when you don't know what your car's got, you got to play with it. Okay, let's go all the way over here. We can't turn because we lose a lot of grip. That's just the handling physics in this game. They're pretty terrible. Let's go over to the other side because that's the only way we're going to be able to get up to the speeds we're looking for. Let's let it rip. Do not even change direction. We're on slick tires, mind you. Hey, play away. Why is it so bad? Try to get the most straight line we can. There is a drag strip in the game, but we don't have access to it because we don't have the Plymouth DLC. Therefore, it's actually impossible to get the drag strip on console. That's way to lock us out of content, play away. I think we're gonna need even much wider tires than this. 190 as we hit the wall. Probably about all we're gonna get out of this car. Because of all the limitations of grip and the limitations of, well, the game. Because we don't have in this version of the game, we don't have a large enough area to test top speed in cars like this. I'm about to say, does it go any faster in reverse? Like, at all? So guys, that's going to be it for this stream/video, or if you watched it. But stay tuned, because we're going to be starting another stream right after this one, where we're going to build a Katsumoto with a really crazy 4-cylinder turbo. At least I hope it's crazy. See you guys in a few minutes. Peace.